Today on the Doctor Who Guide, we will be taking a look at all things Time Lord Victorious. There is so much that can easily be very daunting and confusing about all of the merchandise that's going to be coming out over the next 4 months or so, all related to Time Lord Victorious. I hope to make things more clear to you, to go through all of the merchandise, what's more optional, what's less optional. We'll be covering all of that today on the Doctor Who Guide.
The best box set that you can buy for Doctor Who.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Doctor Who Guide, a community where it's all about helping each other grow our knowledge collection and connection with other Doctor Who fans. I'm your host, Alex Patterson, and I thought that I would actually explain this concept better if I had somebody actually in the room to explain it to. So I have my dad, Kevin, here. You got me into Doctor Who, so thank you so much. This wouldn't be a thing without you showing us the show, so thank you.
And hello, everybody.
Hey, so Time Lord Victorious, I like to think of it as a setting, a historical setting that's a part of the Doctor Who universe where all of these little stories and audios are set in. Time Lord Victorious refers to the name that the Doctor gives himself at the end of Waters of Mars, where he kind of knows he's going to regenerate. It hits him that, you know what, he is the last Time Lord. He's the only Time Lord to come through the Time War alive, and thus he calls himself the Time Lord Victorious. Kind of goes a little power hungry there. We also see the Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, fresh out of the Time War. He's scarred by what's happened, and he regrets everything that happened. We're also going to have the Eighth Doctor as part of this. He's in the midst of the Time War, doesn't want to be a part of it, but is getting roped in and has maybe committed some scary things during the Time War. So these are the places where we have all of the Doctors, and that's sort of the setting. Is we're going to go back to the earliest parts of the Doctor Who universe, to what's called the Dark Times. And throughout, the Doctor is going to be guided by this character called Brian the Ood. A very Brain the Ood. That would make a lot more sense. It's a very human name for an Ood, but that's what we got nonetheless. Within this whole setting, we have this map that was released. I appreciate that they're showing us all the different pieces coming out in chronological order. It goes to the right, and then to the left, and then to the right, and to the left. It is color-coded by magazines, audios, comics, books, merchandise, live experiences. But I actually think instead of going through it chronologically, it's going to be less confusing to go through it by category. So books first, then audios, comics, so on and so forth. Because I found that even the Time Lord Victorious website, even though they do their best to list everything, it's still a very confusing prospect. So I've linked in the description a huge number of links to everything that I could find that's related to Time Lord Victorious. If YouTube will allow me to include this much text, then it will be in there. If not, there'll be some blog post on the website or something that I will link to as well. The main links that you want to know about are this Amazon page that I've made on my influencer page that links all of the Time Lord Victorious related items on Amazon. We have that for amazon.co.uk. If you see anything missing from this list that you can find on Amazon, please do send me the links. It's very easy for me to update these. ForbiddenPlanet.com is the site to go to if you can't find something on Amazon or Big Finish. All of the Time Lord Victorious stuff is here. As you can see, we have t-shirts, mugs, coasters, comics, books, magazines, audio, CDs. All of it is on Forbidden Planet, including the stuff that is exclusive. So that's linked down below. The Big Finish audios are all there. There's a lot here, Dad. Don't worry, we'll fly right through this. But they have a category page as well that I've linked to. And merchandise.thedoctorwhosite.co.uk. It doesn't necessarily roll off the tongue, but it is a website that you need to be checking if you want to keep updated with the latest Doctor Who merch. And this page keeps you updated on all the Time Lord Victorious merch, so definitely check that out as well. So we're going to start off with the annual. This is not all Time Lord Victorious themed. It has a section called River Songs Guide to the Dark Times. So if you enjoy annuals, you feel free to get this. It's a little tiny section that is related to Time Lord Victorious, so it's kind of for the completionist from that angle. You don't necessarily need to get it, but it is on Amazon.com and .co.uk. Not on the Forbidden Planet website yet. The first full novel for Time Lord Victorious. This will be released in September. It's sort of these two books that we're about to see bookend the whole experience. So this one's by Steve Cole. His writing style is very vivid, uses a lot of metaphors. Sometimes I get lost in the metaphor by the end of the sentence, but as a result, his books, they stick in my visual memory a lot longer than other books, so I enjoy that aspect. They're very easy to imagine. And then the second, so that you can find on amazon.com.co.uk, Forbidden Planet. The second book is All Flesh is Grass by Una McCormack. And while her writing style is less vivid than, as far as Steve Cole takes it, her characters I find way more relatable, even if they're just lumps of rock. I enjoy connecting with her characters. So that comes out at the end of all this Time Lord Victoria stuff in December. So those are all the books. Next, we're going to jump into... and do you need to read both of those books? I would suggest it, but it's not like it's a part 1 and a part 2, right? It's going to be set at the beginning. It's its own book. You can read it. It'll be fine. I definitely suggest picking up those books. Those are going to let you know the most, I think, about the Time Lord Victorious website. Then we have figurines. These are sets of 2 little characters. Look, Dad, you see this Dalek with the globe? That is from the comics. Back in the day when they had Emperor Daleks, he's supposed to strike fear into your heart, but he's got, adorable. He looks like he's been, like, I don't know, like he's allergic to something and he's swelling up and we need to get him an EpiPen, poor guy. But you can get this set from Hot Topic if you're in the US, from Eagle Moss, and Forbidden Planet if you're in the UK. These come with magazines that have short stories in them. These are one of 4 sets so far. And if you're going to get one set, you're probably going to want to get the rest of them because if you're into these figurines, I have a feeling you're going to want to get all 4 of them. But you could probably pick and choose. The short stories that come with them, again, I don't think it's going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. But who knows at this point? They haven't really let us know about that. The second set, the image has just been released about what it is. We have the Dalek Scientist and Dalek Time Commander. I really like that red and gray design. So those are the only 2 that have been revealed. The links for that are not up yet, but they will be. Again, that's why you check in with the merchandise guide. So those are the toys. We will get 8 figurines total. I think they're mostly Dalek themed. We're going to have the Dalek Executioner and Dalek Strategist. Who knows? We might get a Doctor at one point. I think we might actually get David Tennant in that Time Lord robe costume as a figurine. Next up, we have the magazines. And it's confusing because the title for this, Monstrous Beauty, is also what these issues are for Doctor Who Magazine, so it's kind of confusing, but it's a dual title there. These 3 issues of Doctor Who Magazine come with a comic. Now, I don't know if I think that's a part of the magazine, and the comic is called Monstrous Beauty. And so part 1 will be in Doctor Who Magazine 556, part 2 557, part 3 558, on those 3 monthly dates. So I suggest getting Doctor Who Magazine anyway. I get a digital download. You can get it, I've linked to drwhomagazine.com, where you can order the physical copies, 6 for £28, and then 13 plus 3 specials for £64. I get mine digitally through Pocket Mags, and that allows me to get it for 12 issues for $36. So $3 an issue, I get to keep up with everything. I think that's a very affordable way to do it. You can also order those magazines through Forbidden Planet. Now we're on to the comics. There's Time Lord Victorious 1, also called Defender of the Daleks in places, which I found confusing, but that's the same thing. And Time Lord Victorious 2. Those come out with variant covers. I don't know if I've told you about Doctor Who issues. They come with not only like the same content, but also different cover images. And for the crazy collectors out there, you got to get variant cover A, B, C. I think that for issue 2, there's A, B, and C. For issue 1, there is the Forbidden Planet exclusive A cover, which is £12.99. That's almost like, that's like $20 for a single issue of the Doctor. Like, I mean, it's a thick issue, but still, it's a lot of money. So you get the cover A, but then there's cover B, C, D, and E. There are 5 variant covers for this. The links, I've got links to those, as well as Comixology, which is an Amazon company, and I've also got links on Amazon. The issues come out first, and then there's a graphic novel that has both issues. So I'm going to pick up that when it comes out eventually, but if you want to keep up to date with the separate issues when they come out, I'm going to get the digital versions. So you can get those from Comixology, and you can also get them from Amazon.com. So those are all linked down below. You can get a download of all of the comics, issues 1 and 2, when it comes out, called Time Lord Victorious. That graphic novel is available physically and digitally as well on Amazon. So those are all linked in the description down below. You can get them on Amazon, and they are linked on Forbidden Planet. They are not yet up on Amazon.co.uk, but if they do pop up, I will add them there. That was a big section. We're almost done. We've got Big Finish audios. They are coming out. There are 5 of them. We have a trilogy of releases, but first off, we have 2 short trips, and we have 2 actors playing the master there. They've passed away. Roger Delgado and Anthony Ainley, 2 brilliant masters, but they are brought to life by impressionist John Colshaw. Wow. He does an excellent job. His Brigadier is just outstanding, and so that's coming out in October. Then we have a trilogy of 8th Doctor themed releases. We have He Kills Me, He Kills Me Not. We also have, you can see Brian the Ood in the background there. We have some Daleks in The Enemy of My Enemy. They probably all have Daleks, but I'm not sure. And we have Mutually Assured Destruction. So those are coming out October, November, and December. So that looks very cool. And then we have Echoes of Extinction, a 8th and 10th Doctor. I don't know if it's a crossover, if it's just 2 stories on the same release. One with the 8th Doctor, one with the 10th Doctor. I do hope it's a crossover. This will come out on Big Finish on December 4th, but a week earlier, we have, I'll edit this part out. I was doing so well. A week earlier, on the 27th, an actual vinyl release of this comes out. It's an Asda exclusive, I believe, and it comes out on the 27th. So for you vinyl collectors, you won't want to miss that. So that's all the Big Finish audios. But there's another audio coming out called The Minds of Magnos. And we have that link down below. That's a 10th Doctor audio, also set in the Time Lord Victorious universe. That comes out on CD, download, and vinyl, which you can order from zune.co.uk. So that you can find and order online. We have an escape room called A Dalek Awakens, and it's a Doctor Who themed escape room. Sounds like a lot of fun. That's if you're in the UK. There's something called Time Fracture, and I've never heard of an immersive theatrical adventure. There's an FAQ section, tons of questions on their website. I've read through it and I still don't fully understand what this is. It's something, you've got some actors in costume, you've got some video played on theater screens. It's kind of escape room-like, but it's sort of something you walk through. It sounds exciting. They've been promoting it a lot with YouTube videos. You've probably seen those up on the Doctor Who channel. But those are all linked in the description down below. Obviously, if you're not in the UK, sadly, you can't experience those. But again, the creators have factored that in, and there's nothing, super important that you'll find out about the story in those experiences. It's just fleshes it out a little bit more. Finally, we have, because there wasn't enough stuff for them to bombard us with over the next 4 months, you can get Time Lord Victorious t-shirts, mugs, coasters, and pass holders. I have no idea what a pass holder is, but you can get it through, and we have 3 different designs. We have a Time Lord Victorious design, which is the one with the 3 doctors on the front. We have one of Brian the Ood that glows in the dark for the t-shirts. I don't know if the mugs or coasters glow in the dark. I think that would be kind of cool, but also kind of creepy. You have a woman's fit as well for those t-shirts, and you have a Dalek Emperor design as well as a High Council design that also comes on a tote bag and a seal, like a seal of Rassilon. It's a Time Lordy round thing that you can also order. I want that coaster. Dad wants that coaster. So yeah, I think it's great if you're going to have Doctor Who mugs. A coaster is a great little add-on, but it gets expensive, and we'll cover that in another video, how much buying all of this would cost. I know I'm going to be cutting corners by getting download versions. I'm not getting the actual magazines. I'm getting the downloads. I want to get the books for sure, and I want to keep up with the Big Finish download versions, and I'm going to get the download versions of the comics.
Are you going to give me a downloaded coaster for Christmas?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's going to be a PDF that I print out of just an image of it for Christmas. Hey man, so definitely thank you all for your support. It helps me afford things like Time Lord Victorious and real coasters for my dad. So use those links in the description down below. Comment down below with what you're going to take part of. and what you're most excited about with Time Lord Victorious. If you have any websites or tips that you suggest people check out for getting Time Lord Victorious stuff, what you think of this, what will you be partaking in, and how badly will your wallet be hurt by this, let me know in the comments down below. Stay safe, keep growing your knowledge collection and connection, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye, everyone.
Yes, thank you for being here.